My wife and we've been together for a while. She was Gallagher 3, and I was AC Nugent 44 on the AOL Instant Messenger. And yeah, we were pretty tough stuff. So yeah, we got together in high school, and we've been married for 25 years. And I like seeing all of these folks who, have a lot of love and enthusiasm for love. That's pretty cool to see, because we've had a lot of that, but then we've had some other stuff too. And I'd just like to tell you one particular event where I realized it's probably a good idea that the mess that I am sticks with the perfection that she is. She's always been sort of like the steady, keen, level-headed person, and I'm like a roller coaster all over the place. So yeah, one time me and my buddies, we went to an Orioles game down in Baltimore, and my buddies are about as dumb as I am, and that's dumb. So we were at the game, and we were probably in our early 20s, so we had a little too much to drink, and then we went out to have a little more to drink, and one of my buddies in particular did something that sort of, rubbed me the wrong way, and like he had this situation going really good for him, and there was something that, might mess it up that night. And I was getting angry. I was watching this, and I was getting a little angry, and so in my current state, I decided the best thing to do was, take my buddy outside, talk to him, friendly like, and then punch out his back windshield. So that happened, and the police showed up, but they saw the two of us who were now trying to act like we were best buddies, and that, nothing was wrong here, nothing to see. So we, they left us alone after a while, after they realized we might, only hurt each other and nobody else. And we went about our way. So we're heading home. We had our DD who was doing good, but I was still a little pissed off. So I decided that if you knew me in my 20s, I was uncomfortable with big crowds, and if I was at a bar, I would just sort of run home, like out of nowhere. All of my friends would be like, "Where's Adam?" And then they'd be like, "Was he wearing his cowboy boots?" And if I was, they knew I ran. So I was a runner. So I jump out of the car. I don't know if I army rolled. I can't remember anything from that night, really. But I jumped out of the car, and I was in Baltimore. Now, what I forgot to tell you is about 5 minutes after I punched out his windshield, I took my Razor Motorola phone, and I chucked it down the middle of the street, because that's what you do when you're an idiot. And so I was phoneless and friendless in Baltimore, and so I was on my own, bloody white bloody shirt. Remember I said I was an idiot? So I was just trying to figure out my life. I had a couple bucks in my pocket, so I got a bus ticket. I took it to a 7-Eleven. There were still payphones at the time, thank the Lord. And I eventually found a payphone, and I called somebody. And it wasn't my parents, the ones that were responsible for this mess. I called my wife, my current wife. I think I don't know if we had committed that heavily at the time, but we were like 4 years into it, high school, and we were pretty well committed. But she came to Baltimore and picked my bloody ass up. And you guys, I heard a lot of sweet talk about their love stories tonight, and it was beautiful, and I love it, and I absolutely do. But you got to understand, there are some of us who are the really, really dumb side of a relationship. And we love the person that we're in the relationship with, but we also really appreciate them because there's no way I'd be around if it weren't for my wife. So meanwhile, I'm in Baltimore. I'm walking through the block. If anybody, you guys haven't been there. You guys definitely haven't been there, but walking through the block, and I'm talking to a lady who's working that night and telling her how she's better than that and all of these things. So, yeah, she comes. She shows up. I'm sitting at that, whatever that market is in Baltimore, on the curb, bloodied, beaten, battered, bruised, and she shows up. And not only did she show up, she brought breakfast. So, yeah, she's, I mean, I definitely love her, but like, I don't know if you guys understand being this and like being with that. It's pretty important.